I've worked the night shift at the Route 17 toll booth for 3 years. It's not a job most people want. Midnight to 8 a.m. Alone. Just me, a small glass booth, and a highway that stretches into darkness in both directions. Most nights, maybe 10 cars pass through. Maybe less. The job is simple. Take the toll. Not say, have a good night. Watch the taillights disappear. You learn things working nights alone. You learn which sounds are normal and which ones aren't. You learn to recognize the regulars. The trucker who always pays an exact change. The nurse coming home from her shift at 3 a.m. The old man in the blue sedan who never speaks, just hands over his coins and drives away. But there's one car I never learned to recognize, because it never had a driver. The first time I saw it was a Tuesday night, or maybe early Wednesday. The clock on my booth read 2:03 a.m. I remember the time exactly because I always took my break at 2 a.m. I had just finished my coffee and was settling back into my chair when I saw headlights approaching from the east. Nothing unusual about that. Headlights at 2 a.m. are rare but not strange. I sat up, slid open my window and waited. The car came into view. Dark sedan. Older model. Maybe early 2000s. The paint was dull, like it had been driving through salt and snow for years without a wash. It slowed as it approached the booth. Perfectly normal. Perfectly ordinary. It stopped. The window was tinted. I couldn't see inside. I reached my hand out for the toll. $2, I said. The window didn't roll down. The door didn't open. Nothing happened. I waited. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. The car just sat there, engine humming softly. I leaned forward, trying to see through the tinted glass. It was too dark. I couldn't make out a driver. I couldn't make out anything. Sir? I said. Ma'am? Anyone? Silence. Then the car moved. Not fast. Just a slow roll forward, past the booth, past the barrier, and onto the highway. It didn't stop at the toll. It didn't pay. Just drove away. I watched the taillights get smaller and smaller until they disappeared into the dark. I told myself it was a malfunction. A stuck accelerator. A confused driver who forgot to pay. It happens sometimes. Not often. But sometimes. I didn't think about it again until the next night. 2:03 a.m. Headlights. The same dark sedan. Same dull paint. Same slow approach. It stopped at my booth. I waited for the window to roll down. It didn't. Hey, I said. You didn't pay last night. $2. Nothing. No movement. No sound except the engine. I grabbed my flashlight and shined it at the driver's side window. The beam cut through the tint. Just barely. Just enough to see the steering wheel. The driver's seat. The dashboard. The seat was empty. There was no one behind the wheel. I dropped the flashlight. My heart slammed against my ribs. I looked again, pressing my face against my own window. The beam was still on the driver's seat. Still empty. No driver. No passenger. Nothing. The car rolled forward. Slowly. Silently. Past the booth. Past the barrier. Onto the highway. Taillights fading into the distance. I called my supervisor. His name is Gary. He's been working for the highway department for 20 years. He answered on the third ring, his voice groggy and annoyed. Gary, there's a car, I said. It came through my booth. There was no one driving it. Long pause. What do you mean, no one driving it? I mean the driver's seat was empty. I shined my flashlight. There's no one inside. Another pause. Longer this time. Then Gary said something I'll never forget. Has it come through twice now? I felt cold. How do you know that? He didn't answer my question. Listen to me carefully. Do not try to stop that car. Do not step out of the booth when it's there. Do not look at it for more than a few seconds. Just let it pass. Do you understand? Gary, what is it? It's been on that route for as long as I've worked here. Maybe longer. Every toll booth worker on Route 17 knows about it. We don't talk about it. We just follow the rules. Let it pass. Don't engage. Don't investigate. And for God's sake, don't try to follow it. He hung up before I could ask anything else. The car came back every night after that. Always at 2:03 a.m. Always the same dark sedan. Always empty. I followed Gary's rules. I didn't try to stop it. I didn't step out of the booth. I barely looked at it. It would stop for a few seconds, then roll forward and disappear. But after 2 weeks, something changed. One night the car stopped. and the passenger door opened. Just a crack. Just a few inches. The interior light came on. I could see the empty driver's seat. The empty back seat. The clean, spotless dashboard. Nothing strange. Nothing threatening. Just an open door and a silent invitation. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. I just stared at that open door, waiting for something to come out. Nothing did. After about 10 seconds, the door closed by itself. The car rolled forward. It disappeared into the night. The next night, the door opened again. Wider this time. All the way open. The interior light was brighter. Almost blinding. And this time I heard something. A voice. Coming from inside the car. Coming from the empty air where a driver should have been. Get in. 2 words. Simple. Clear. Spoken in a voice that sounded like static and wind and something else I couldn't identify. It wasn't threatening. It wasn't angry. It was almost sad. Almost lonely. I didn't get in. I stayed in my booth, shaking until the door closed and the car drove away. I called Gary again. He didn't answer. I left a message. I told him about the door. About the voice. He didn't call back. The next night, a different supervisor was on duty. When I asked about Gary, she said he'd transferred. No notice. No explanation. Just gone. I started doing my own research after that. I went through old records at the highway department, newspaper archives, accident reports, and I found something. In 2003, a man named Arthur Lang drove his car off Route 17, right near my toll booth. His body was found in the driver's seat. The coroner said he'd had a heart attack while driving. His car rolled to a stop on the shoulder. He sat there dead for 6 hours before anyone found him. But that's not the part that scared me. The part that scared me is what happened to the people who tried to help him. 2 separate witnesses stopped that night, thinking it was a stranded driver. They approached the car. They looked inside. They saw Arthur Lang dead behind the wheel. Both of them disappeared within a week. One was found 3 months later, sitting in his own car on the same stretch of highway. Dead. The other was never found at all. I think Arthur Lang is still out there. Still driving Route 17. Still stopping at toll booths. Still looking for someone to help him. And I think anyone who gets into that car takes his place. Becomes the new driver. Haunts the highway until someone else gets in. Last night, the car came at 2:03 a.m. as always. The passenger door opened. The voice spoke. Get in. And this time I saw something new. Something in the back seat. A shadow. A shape. A person. No, not a person. A body. Sitting perfectly still. Hands on its lap. Face turned toward me. It was Gary. His eyes were open. His mouth was moving. But the words weren't his. They were the same voice. The same static and wind. Get in. It's your turn now. The door closed. The car rolled forward. Gary's face disappeared into the darkness. I'm writing this from my booth. It's 1:58 a.m. The car will be here in 5 minutes. I've thought about running. I've thought about quitting. I've thought about never coming back to this booth again. But I know it won't matter. Gary left. Gary transferred. Gary tried to get away. And the car still found him. There's only one way to end this. Only one way to break the cycle. Tonight, when the car stops, I'm going to open the passenger door. I'm going to look inside. I'm going to see what Arthur Lang wants. I'm going to find out what happened to Gary. And if I don't come back, if someone else is sitting in this booth tomorrow night reading this, let me tell you the rules. Don't look at the car for more than a few seconds. Don't step out of the booth. And whatever you do, don't get in. It's 2:02 a.m. now. I can see headlights in the distance. They're getting closer. The car is slowing down. God help me. The door is opening.